What did I do last year? Well, I found out it's not a small world after all. First traveling up to the Canadian Arctic to do a piece on Peterson's Lake Lodge for Get Lost magazine. Then a quick hop to the elusive Marquesas Islands to document paradise for Aranui expeditions. I also learned that, like space, no one can hear you scream when you're underwater. Luckily, their tour guides were much friendlier. Who's a good boy? Next, I hopped over to General Santos City, which has pregnant roller skates for taxis, homemade coconut moonshine parking lot drinking parties, and is the yellowfin tuna capital of the world. That's right, all that high-end Otoro actually comes from the Philippines, and let me tell you, their street munch is on point. But I was there for this guy. Yeah, those are pineapples. And I was shooting a spot for Dole. They really dig their logo. I suited up and got to meet their packers, their farmers, their office staff, and even their kids. We shot some tasty sliders, did our homework, and hit the fields to crush some fresh pineapple. Was it good? Yeah, it was delicious. Speaking of animation, I got my stop motion on for JCPenney and our friends over at Vicky's Secret. Then I got my drink on for our friends over at Smirnoff. Exploding fruit and color for their new ice smash. College kids rejoice. I stayed off the wagon in Indonesia to document their famous smoky Negroni. It's like drinking magic, which is exactly what I used to shoot this otherworldly spot for Samsung, and even squeezed in a cut to launch Viceland. I love spots that explain themselves. More motorcycles this year, with a short doc about badass Elspeth Beard, the first woman around the world on a motorcycle. I geared up with DNAZ to launch their new sexy line of jackets with some old school trickery, and did another short doc for Norton celebrating their 50-year young commando bike, featuring legendary photog and Nortoniac, that's Norton Maniac, Alan Tenenbaum. Legend. From Tribeca, I flew to Jakarta, where I went a little nuts for Indomie noodles, and in a gesture of gratitude, introduced the fine people of Indonesia to the traditional Irish car bomb. You know how hard it was to find Baileys in Southeast Asia? They still were not impressed. While I was there, I also shot a spot for Honda, launching their new CB150. She's a ripper. And after 2 months away, I came back to, well, let me just tell you.
Okay, so I've been gone in Jakarta for about a month, and I literally just got home, and I walk into this. What the fuck is this? What is this? Why is this? Look at these fools! Look what they did to my bedroom. Thank you?
Can you believe this? I'm still finding unicorn crap months later. Lesson learned, never give your friend a key to your place. I escaped unicorn prison to Manila to ride up the Im Hotel, which has a sick jellyfish bar on the roof, and a glass-bottom swimming pool with birdcage beds that hang over the street. I love countries without building codes. Next, I got my eat on in Cali at the super hot Catch LA, where we basically ate everything from the ocean, and Master Chef Danny Yee dropped an entire black truffle at our table. I mean, that's a good guy. Not quite full, I got my chef's table on and did a little piece about Nobelhart and Schmutzig in Berlin. A rare honor considering they don't allow cameras inside. Obviously, I shot food porn. Messy, but delicious. Finally, I returned to Italy to jump back on my bike with my best friends and eat our way through the boot, with a special stop off to see our friend Dario at Antica Macelleria Cecchini. Never heard of it? You will. Next, we needed a little wine to thin our meat-filled blood, so we stopped at Marucci Vineyards and had Vinter Danilo teach us the finer points of natural wines, the product of which we used to fuel the storybook wedding of our two finest friends, which I officiated. I administered the list of LinkedIn skills. There was plenty of photo ops, dancing, and even got in a bit of pool time. All in all, not a bad year. Thanks to everyone that made it beautiful and oh geez, I almost forgot. So I made this travel film about New York, and Wow Air selected me and my friend out of 30,000 people to fly around the world and make travel films for them over the summer. They gave us an apartment in Reykjavik, we went to a dozen different cities, and we made over 107 films in just under 2 months. You want to see what that looks like? Yeah, that was just one frame from each film. The full films are on their website. It's been about 6 months since I've been back, and I'm still jet lagged. Well, I wouldn't have it any other way. Thanks and much love to everyone, and hope to see you out there next year.